Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 142. We're currently playing as the oddly mustachioed Kaiser Anselm of the Holy Roman Empire. He's the son of Kaiser Arnulf, who himself was the grandson of Kaiser Wilhelm III, and so on and so forth, all the way back to Duke Otto of Saxony, our starting character. Now, we're currently at war with 3 people. First of all, there's the Holy Roman War for the city here, which I've finally decided that I was jack of not having. And we've won that. And I believe that I can... Yes, he will accept that. And we're going to send that offer to him. He previously came at us with an offer saying, hey, you know, I'll give up and give you everything. But he had a 10,000 man army roaming around that I wanted to utterly destroy, and destroy I have. Just going to send our troops there back up to Innsbruck. Because we're also at war with this guy here. We're allied with the King of Scotland just to get him out of this war so that we can claim the Kingdom of Scotland. Incidentally, the Kingdom of Scotland is Gavelkind. What the hell? I don't want to claim the Kingdom of Scotland anymore. We'll just slowly dwindle it away and wipe it out. Well, whatever. Bloody hell. And we've got a rebellion in Samoidia, which is all the fucking way up here, and we've got some guys headed up there. It's fine. They'll be fine. Now, our son is unlanded and has asked us for land. You can see that we've promised him a title, the third from the top. So I would indeed like to give him a title. Pope? Now, the Pope doesn't like us, and that's fair enough. But he's going to do this because we ask him nicely. Thank you, Pope. And now we have Tyrrell. Well, she has to accept that or whatever. And let's get that speed up to where it should be. Excuse me. Any moment. Thank you. Ah yes, we've won this war. And she's given us Tyrrell. Well, that's excellent. Let's get this guy out of there. Is that province can actually sustain us. That's amazing. Okay, so this army no longer has to head up there, so I'll send them over here to deal with this host army. Now, I don't want to be the Count of Tyrrell. We want our son. Here, Prince Rutgar. You wish a title? You shall get a title. Ah, but first. Yeah, looks pretty good, looks pretty good. Let's build a castle there. We could build castles anywhere we want, but I'm just doing it because, you know, reasons. Prince Rutgar. You are now the Count of Tyrrell. Now, it is important to land your heirs, because then they get that little bit of prestige and piety from being landed. And it's going to be all, oh, you know, he's no longer your guy, no longer your chancellor, but... we should technically be able to find him and make him Chancellor again, but it's not going to let us do it, so we're just going to get the best Chancellor that we've got for the job, the Duke of Croatia. Yeah, the Duke of Croatia, sure. And we'll assign him down to Rome. Now what may happen here is Rutgar may again feel that that his ambition should change. And if he does, well, that's great. Now, we've had to wait. We waited a bit for Rutgar here. because we wanted to give him Princess Barbara here as a lovely genius wife. Now hopefully they start spitting out genius children, because that's why I've made that marriage. My god, that's just the thing. Okay. Okay, wow. Nubia, you have somewhat of an issue. Some guy is trying to claim it. Now, we have a truce with Nubians themselves, but we don't have a truce with this guy. So we could conceivably take one of these, well, give one of these provinces to someone. I wish we could spread, you know, our religion down there. I wonder. No, we can't proselytize down there. So, back to cultural tech and over Bayern then. Yeah, it's not exactly easy to work out how to attack these guys. Fair enough. Is there anybody with an actual claim on the kingdom who will come to my realm that isn't this guy? No, there's a few. Now, did this guy have a... He had a weak claim, but that should honestly be pressable right now. He also has a strong claim on Napata. It's just annoying because I don't want to have anybody sharing land with Nubia that isn't in Nubia itself. Once we get a slight little bit in there, we'll be fine. Oh, also the Elodians are having a revolt. Now with that in mind, this guy here is Catholic, so we can conceivably get a claim on his thing and then take it from him. So that could be an interesting idea. And these armies here are down some troops. It's definitely a skirmish retinue, so I'm just going to make a skirmish retinue. And we've finished a castle town here, so let's get a keep. Okay, so we have to make this all the way up here. Skirmish, thank you. Send him down to Aquileia. Alright, let's continue. Oh, and ooh, only a 71% chance? That's unusual. Let's try it. We might have to pay people. Masad converted to Catholicism. We really should start building up another army, I suppose. I mean, if we're taking Egypt, we're going to get enough for one. How are the laws doing? Yeah, we still need that 10 years. Surprised that nobody's looking to bump this kid off. I mean, he is not only 2 years old, but useless. Okay, let me see. Let's just check our armies for commanders. Oh, there's one missing one. It doesn't give you a warning that the army no longer has a commander. Okay, I don't want Gilhelm to actually lead the center because he's got that leading the center penalty for being a flanker. So let's try and find him again and swap those guys around. Lovely. Excellent. So a quick check of all of our armies. Everything is looking good. And I'll just raise my personal holding fleets out of Aquileia. Oh, bit of lag there. And we do that by right-clicking on our personal holding and saying raise ships, instead of hitting this button here. Come on. Just get into position. Not asking you to do much. There we go. On the boat. Down to Damietta. And we'll all be intact. How's that murder plot going? 81%, that's not bad. It'd be better if we could get this Spymaster on board, but no, apparently he doesn't want to. You sure about that? Yeah. Yeah, they're sure about that. In all honesty, he should, because he has 3 positives to 2 negatives. But, oh, apparently the game doesn't want him to. So... fuck that, I guess. But there were other options that we had. Okay, so this should get us to, you know, what we need it to be. Above 100%, but we'll just go a little bit further. Get a couple more people on board. It's only 20 gold per participant, really. And to us, 20 gold is nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. I mean, we've got almost 7,000. Admittedly, if we saved up the 20 gold that we spend on every single murder, like, participant here, we'd have a lot more. But what would we do with it? Just wait for it to hold over to Europa Universalis? You know, what would be the point of that? There are a lot more things to spend gold on in Europa Universalis. Not to mention that having armies raised actually costs you upkeep. Not in this sort of hacks retinue bullshit. Alright, let's see what we're doing. Not really much at this stage. We've got these 2 wars going on, but one's a peasant rebellion of all things. That's going to end very shortly. And the other one, we're an ally in a very minor adventure or conquest. There go the peasants. Thank you for playing. Now these guys can come back down to here and get out of attrition territory. Fucking Arctic. And yeah, what to do? What's this guy ruling for? Oh, he's trying to take it himself. We really should get on that and help our man out. But... yeah, he's just so far away. I don't care that much. We have truces with this guy and... ah, good. Get rid of our boats. Join these guys up. We've just got to get it and switch it across to the right flank. And now, hopefully, when these guys fully reinforce, they will have the appropriate amount of dudes. I hope. I really hope, because otherwise I don't know what I've done. Stables were built in Moldorf. Trading grounds. And town infrastructure in Passau increased. Which means we can upgrade the universities. For a ridiculous amount of money, but, you know, it's worth it. Okay. See, this adventurer host is making no attempt to move to its actual goal, which is Scotland. Or, you know, Moray in Scotland. It doesn't make any... I think the adventurer AI is broken. They're just not moving anymore. Our army should get there in, you know, decent enough time to lift that siege and wipe them out. A little worried about the number of archers in this flank. It may be idle worry because everything else looks fully reinforced. But we're just going to have to see. It was a really rough battle. Okay, so we can't attack that guy. We don't... we've got a couple of little things that we could do. And these guys will be Catholic, so that's a thing. Yeah, okay, you know what? This army has to move down here. Sugrov converted. Really looking good on this whole, you know, conversion thing. It's looking good. Even West Africa is coming along. Slowly, but it's coming along. Come on. Just get over here, we can deal with these guys. And it'll all be good. Bit of a shame that Scotland is still running under Gavelkind, to be honest. Slowly, slowly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be ending his plot. They usually tell us if they won't. Yeah, he's ending it. Come on, guys, let's just get this war done. Tripoli converted. Which Tripoli? We don't actually... Is that going to be one over here? Because I'm sure we had that already. I guess we didn't. Oh well, good on it. Do we have a truce with the Carbonad still? Yep, for another 7 years. Irritating. Wait, 7 years for them, and how long for the Hashemids? 7 years. Great. The Hashemid guy is 36, so the Carbonid guy is 57. The Carbonid guy is a lot more likely to die. And then we could... The problem is that if we... Our next attack would be for Kerman, and that's a lot of land out of there. And I don't want to take too much land over there because Mongols, so fuck it for the moment. How are we doing? Yeah, we just lost a lot of archers in that one battle. Okay, and march in there. It'll take them a month to get there. But that's alright. Because it is... let's see, we can take either Nubia itself or Napata. I think I want to take the bit of Nubia. Well, give it to this guy anyway. Also because the other guy is really old, so let's do that. We could call in Millennia, but we're totally not going to do that. There's no point. Now, this woman doesn't like us, but I approve of her plot. This is the former Duchess of Tyrol. But because she doesn't like us, she's not going to give it up. So we're going to try and imprison her. We are going to manage to imprison her. Yeah, we can't really do much here. We could ransom her off, I guess. 70 gold just isn't worth it, though. The lady almost ran me down as I entered the hall. Tearfully, she told me that my son, Baldwin, had insulted her again. But, my dear lady, you are fat, which means he gets the honest trait, which is good for diplomacy, bad for intrigue. Praise his honesty to the court, he keeps the honest trait and gets +1 diplomacy. And people don't like him a little bit. Tell Baldwin that honesty has its bounds, he loses the honest trait. Or punish him for his insults, which is the usual 50-40-10 split, with deceitful as the option. I'm going to praise his honesty to the court. And that should have given him +1 diplomacy, but I'm not sure whether it has or not. So, whatever. Oh yep, looks like we beat the crap out of that army. So I'll just send these guys back around to Genoa for the moment. And hopefully... yeah, the Scottish King is getting his ticking war score on, so hopefully that war will end soon. This does get to be a problem when you snowball up to this bigger blob as we are, where you start to lose like people to fight against. It's not so much of a worry for us because we've got plans. But if you're just playing a game normally and you get to be this big, you might just want to finish off your conquests and all that sort of stuff and then run the conversion, because you can run the conversion whenever you want. It doesn't have to happen at, 14 or whatever. But additionally, as we're getting to this stage, it's only 14 years until we start getting Mongol stuff happening. And there are allegedly ways that we can avert the Mongols, but we're not going to do those. I'll discuss them if I remember when the time comes. But I won't be, getting rid of them sort of thing. Oh, that's a big ass siege in a province that we don't have a lot of supply limit in. That's painful. We're gonna have to stick with it though. Sakia converted? I do not even know where some of these places are. Yep, New Republic leader. Ah, come on, can we assassinate this kid yet? I really want to use that murder slot for other things. Let's just invite goddamn everybody. Well, everybody who's reasonably. My usual rule is if they're above 5%, they're worth inviting. If they're below it, it's just not worth the return on investment. So yeah, this will be the last one that we invite. Even though I believe that there are others at about the 3% margin who will join in. That's fine. Oh, she's whinging about conditions in the dungeon. Oh, well, she can be ransomed back, so she can be ransomed back. Yeah, we're losing a lot of troops. We're probably not even going to be able to make an assault. You know what? Fuck it. Let's make an assault. Now, this is a rough assault. Because not only were there 3,000 guys there, but it's fort level 5.5. So you can see we've already lost about 1,000 guys. We're going to win. Also, my half-sister became a Grey Eminence. Good honor. We're going to win because of the morale. But it's not great. I mean, we've lost a lot of men. Aldegier converted. There we go. Now I just want to check. Yeah, so we haven't actually lost any of the retinue units, which is great. It's really annoying when that happens. But we, for example, captured this fellow, who is a decent commander. And he's not a decent commander anymore, is he? Now the rest of these places should be a bit easier to assault because they're towns and all that sort of stuff. Minorca just converted. So that was this place here. Cool. Oh, that's really good. Just 2 more provinces in the entirety of Hispania. Which is currently slowly being integrated. In about 60 to 80 years, it'll all be done. There. Where else? France is actually on the way in, like the whole Francie thing, because we took Aquitaine. I think Venice was next. Venice is at 76. No. Sweden is next. 20 years we'll get Sweden. Right. Let's continue. We've got wars to win, my friends. Popes to exploit. All that usual sort of stuff. So we're only at 12% here. We may have to attack this army here, but I'd prefer not to, because if this rebellion ends, well, our war ends. Not great. God, we're taking a lot of casualties though. Also, the province attrition is killing me. What's this? A marriage offer between the King of Scotland. So this immediately indicates to me that the previous King of Scotland is dead. That's good. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of it because we're still allied with Scotland in this adventurer war. But he would like a marriage between this fellow, the heir to Scotland, and this Littlefinger, who is the heir to the barony of Yedobnisbkala. They will not do it matrilineally because he is too high in the thing, so that's a no. We're going to arrange a marriage with you with something. Just needs a marriage. So let's marry you to... How old are you? 19. Well, why not this fellow and make it matrilineal? Done. So now we'll no longer get marriage offers for that lady. How is his actual revolt going? 6% in favor of him. Church infrastructure in Nuremberg increased. I don't think it increased to anything meaningful. It did not. Excuse me. And town infrastructure in Nuremberg also increased. Now that's meaningful because it means we can get universities. Well, the upgraded universities. And blow most of our money on it. Great. Yep, I wish we didn't accept this alliance. Because this guy doesn't have any other armies. Like, where is he even? He is in an unknown location. He doesn't have any forces. Nobody is leading troops. He literally has no troops. But 52% war score. I think he's got boats. He's got boats down here, but you can't do anything about boats because naval combat is not a thing. I'm glad it isn't a thing because it's one of my major complaints about Europa Universalis, but the naval combat is kind of arbitrary and I lose it a lot. The main difference between CK2 and Europa Universalis is I lose at Europa Universalis battles a lot more. Okay, good. Looks like this guy's claim is no longer valid, so that war ended. Ah, and it ended because there's a rebellion. Agnes here is quite a feisty little one for the former Kaiser's uh, wife. So, everything is in rebellion for Prince Lawrence's claim on Scotland. Okay, so we're not going to make a claim on Scotland itself, but what we're going to do is take the Isle of Man, if that's possible. It is not. We do have a bunch of little claims, or claims for people who will not end up as part of our realm. Oh, what about this guy? This guy's part of our realm, isn't he? He is the Count of Penfevra. He doesn't actually hold the title. His wife holds the title. Okay, so there's the Isles. Is that for the Duchy? That's for the Duchy. You know what? We might just do that one. And then we smack down her main... No, we don't smack down her main army. Yeah, right, let's smack down the main army. Fuck it. Just hit her nice, hard, and fast and see how we go. Levy reinforcements in Oberbayern. That's great. River crossing, but it really doesn't matter. And it appears that our court chaplain has died. Dietrich. And research cultural tech in Oberbayern. I have probably been mispronouncing that for some time. I'm not even sure. Oberbayern? Yeah. It's unimportant. Okay, let's check on how the Nubian war's going. We could assault that place, and we will. Wonderful. Let's head on over here. Because this guy is not going to give up. Which is fine. If he was in the mood to give up, he'd be more inclined to give up to the Nubian king instead of me. Okay, we're already at 46%. We have Shia rebels in Mali. Oh, that's highly irritating. So, we're just going to take the entire block down to Timbuktu. They're going to take attrition, don't get me wrong there. But by the time they get to, say, Jen, they should be able to strike in and deal with these rebels. Really, Shia rebels there? I thought that was it's one of the only Shia provinces in the area. The rest of them are West African. Alright. Keep on attacking. Wonderful. We're at 52%. 63%. Legalism in Nubia increased to level 6. That's fine, it doesn't actually matter. Legalism only matters for your primary holding. Eustace of Northumberland is trying to make a claim on some place. And he will not give up. Well, interestingly enough, Eustace of Northumberland, good. He rebelled. That's perfect, because now we can probably install a German ruler in Northumberland. This is Northumberland here, isn't it? Yeah. So currently the Duke of Lancaster owns that province for some reason. Whatever. Or at the very least we can take York off him and give it to the actual Duke of York. But let's deal with this Scottish issue first. On that note, yes, the Duke of York is German, so that'll be acceptable for us. See if we can ransom this guy off. We can. Wonderful. That's 67%. You should probably give up. You're not going to give up. Wonderful. Yeah, we'll intercept this army here and see if we can take on these guys or something. There's a peasant revolt in Lothian. Don't know where that is. Oh, right here. Right in front of me. These guys. Oh well. Bad idea for them to revolt. Okay, that's 78%. She accepts that she's lost that war, so we can quite clearly just head on down to Northumberland. Stopping on the way to beat up some peasants. Yep, she's actually offering us the peace offer. Okay, great, thank you. Now, we didn't get that, it went to some other dude. But, if I'm lucky... No, because I'm not his de jure liege. If I grabbed the Kingdom of Scotland, I would be. And that'd be wonderful. But, you know. Pain in the arse sort of thing. Our Chancellor is really bolstering the Pope's opinion of us. It's 82% now. That's exceptional. How's the war in Nubia? Nubiaing along. Ulata converted. Come on. Really? Only 200 guys? Wow, these places suck. There we go. 56%. Still a no. Well, let's head on down to Napata and take it. Supply limit is acceptable. You know what? No, we're going to go over to Nubatia and take on the army. If we can. They may run off. How are our other wars going? These guys are slowly moving down to Mali. And that's really it. Hey, I thought I told you guys to kill some rebels. They must have moved. Oh, it won't save them. There. Ripped in half, rebels. Ripped in half. Now we head on down to beat up the Duke's army because that's the quickest way to kill him. Or, you know, get rid of him. And yes, I think I'll take York off him for his impertinence, I guess. You can't run. Look at that, some guy with 0 martial ability leading an army. %67% from that alone. We do have a ticking war score against us, but, you know, it's fine. We'll go into Northumberland itself and attack it. You know, maybe we should just form, like, grab Scotland. We can't do it right now because of this rebellion. Which is at 0%. But maybe we should just grab it. Well, it looks like we managed to move out and they managed to evade us, so let's just go back. Cool, that's 75%. Nope. Still thinks he's hot shit. Well, we're just gonna have to disabuse him of that notion, aren't we? Igil converted. This guy's moving out again, and they will complete that move. They're going to move down into Heya. some sort of outcast town. And they'll get there before we do. But what I'll do is I'll let them complete that move, and then I'll move down to Napata and assault it. So on the 11th of June. As we win in Northumberland. So, yep, we'll imprison him. Lovely. And I would like to revoke the county of York from you. I don't care about you actually having Northumberland, but York is revoked, and York is granted to the Duke of York. Congratulations. We're going to have a War of the Roses soon. So this is Lancaster here, if I remember right. Yeah. Alright, this army should head back up here because we're going to have things to do. We may tell the Scot that we're going to join in on his side, though he does appear to be in control of the situation. Particularly after we took the Isles off the Duchess of Moray. Excuse me. Taradant converted. Okay, who moves out? So we move down to Napata instead. Because he should honestly stay there and try and get this holding back. What happened down here? Ah, good, our Catholic buddy won. Now is the Kingdom of Nubia primogeniture? Well, how about that? Okay, our guys are starting to move through the attrition territory. I just hate how long it takes you to get into Mali. That's one reason why we'll be getting rid of the damn place. Alright, you, Scottish King. You won't let us join your war? She'll let us join her war, but what? Whatever, man. You know, fine. We have a lot of claims that we could be pressing on Scotland, none of which we want to actually press because they're not for our guys. If we just let them win and then we'll see what we can do. We'll just see how that goes. Gao converted to the Catholic faith? Oh, well, that's interesting. The more of these provinces down here that convert, the easier it will be for our released nation. Like the released country, kingdom, when we finally get rid of it. And I think we'll get rid of them after the Mongols turn up, sort of thing. So after we can gauge their strength and whether we need the additional retinue that these places give us. And if we don't, well, you know, we can release them, and we can sort of play it off as being a social change after this massive invasion has happened and all that sort of business. It'll be interesting. Okay, that's 66%, dude. Still a no? Alright. Ah, good, we're finally murdering the Sultan of the Chulanids. 75%, bro. Come on. No, it's still a no. A large merchant caravan appeared, so we'll be getting a eunuch at some point. It's 81%. Tell me more of Hindustan. Still a no. Though he's changed from come on you pansy to it's just a flesh wound. Okay, we have an intriguer named Antiochus. Antiochus, yes. Okay, let's see how good Antiochus is. He's Greek, and he's actually pretty good at intrigue. 84%. Wow, that one was worth almost nothing. That's insane. This one will probably be worth even less. We killed the Sultan of the Chilanid Sultanate, except our complicity was discovered. That's fine. What's our supply limit doing here? 16.5. So we're kind of teetering on the edge. We will attack this place, just for completionist's sake. %. Oh, come on. Alright, well I guess I have to move on over to Mercuria. Because the other option is actually not too bad. Yeah, instead we're actually going to head on over to Haya, and either we meet the army and defeat it and get war score that way, or we chase them off and besiege here, you know, for itself. Which should give us the war score we need to win. We should also be getting a ticking war score. We are. We don't want to rely on that though, because odds are he will abandon his rebellion and that will nullify our war. Okay, these guys have only lost about 5,000 men on the trip down so far. That's another reason why military organization would be great, because I believe that will give us enough. You know what, we're going to save up for military organization. We could invest in light infantry or cavalry now, but no, we're going to save up for military org, because that will give us the additional supply limit in those areas. How's Ireland doing? Incomprehensibly well. Just doesn't make sense. Just does not make sense to me. Okay, I'm a second, so we will actually intercept these forces. And we've just finished that castle in Tyrol. So we're going to assign that to someone, and our son probably wants control of that barony, so we'll give him control of that barony. Done. Okay, here's the fight. Oh, including the rebel leader himself. Now we need to pause it as soon as we win that, because it's given us enough war scores so we can immediately enforce our claim. Sweet. So this is its own little realm. He will not accept vassalization because it's counted as a distant realm. But that doesn't matter because he's Catholic. We could do some nasty things. And you know what? Let's do that. The only problem is there's a huge rebellion risk here for another while, another year for the religious unrest thing, and another 9 years for heretic stronghold. Yeah, you know what, let's do it. So we'll start the move up there. That's going to take us 1 month. Pope! This just basically starts our little footholds into this place. The Pope has gotten back to us and given us our claim, so we're going to declare war. And he's managed to raise up 10 people to resist us. good on him. And over here our army has finally gotten into position. We will probably lose this siege. Yes, we will definitely lose that siege. They come from smaller farms, some with a goat or a pig to sell, some with only a bushel of vegetables or fruits, others with a whole wagon of produce. The peasants sell their produce inside the city walls, but the burghers protest against it and want to forbid it. The peasants always cause trouble. Don't let them in. So Snozmo gets +1 revolt risk, but plus 15% city tax, and the mayor likes us, or the mayor dislikes us. Well, I can take a little bit of revolt risk. Okay, the Count over here managed to call in his ally, the King of Nubia. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue because, well, we've won that battle and we will seriously just stomp through these places. The only problem is that it's not connected to our realm by anything. So that will be somewhat irritating to me. But look, we've already got 100%. Thank you for playing. Now, I don't want to keep this. So, male, Catholic, German, adult, non-ruling, unimprisoned, youngster. Volkmar, you're the heir to a duchy. Hartmann, you'll do. Hartmann von Baraniki. Congratulations. You have a count of that place. And now we have a semi-decent supply limit there. And I think we're going to do something similar down here. Pope! And we're going to ignore these two places and go straight for Kosti, because Kosti is plains, so the supply limit is much higher. So just walk like that. Come on, Pope, give us my claim. Pope. Thank you. And now, I declare war for Elodia. And we have declared that fairly far out from where we are, but that's fine. Because he shouldn't have much of an army in the first place. Or if he does, you know, it's around somewhere else. And, you know, bugger it. These guys moved out. How irritating of them. So we'll follow them and just, you know, beat them up as much as we can. They're not going to march out, so that's good for us. How's Scotland doing? 2% in the King's favour. Wonderful. There's no really old guy that we can kind of give Scotland to, I think. Ah, no, here's one. We invite this guy to court, he'll come along, then we make him King of Scotland. Maybe. We'll see. At the very least, we'll be able to declare war on him. Thank you, my friend, because now we're going to use you. Here is Gilchrist MacAlpine to declare war for Scotland. Oh, what do you know? Our army was right there. Massive trolling. No, doesn't accept the loss. We'll win that war before the end of the episode. We probably won't be able to do anything with this war down here. You know what, we might stop over in Sinar, just because Sinar has raised troops. So even with the significantly lower supply limit of 10,000, we should be able to do something there. instead of just sit and besiege this huge place. Come on. 11 days. Yeah, we're totally gonna lose a bunch of troops doing this. It's fine. Copy or converted? Go. Quicker we assault this place and get it, the quicker we raise the supply limit, I believe. Yeah, up to 12. Wonderful. Just keep assaulting. Thank you. There will be some that we can't assault, just because of the numbers and what's happened to our men. Quena converted. Oh, I don't want to go overtime again, so we will have to wrap this up fairly soon. Let me just check my men. Okay, so we've still got 14 retinues on each side. Good. Now, those troops aren't going anywhere. I'm not going to attack this castle. And our supply limit has gone up to 16,000 in this area, so we'll just sit here and wait for them to replenish. That's good. That's good. Oh, these guys are moving all over the place. I'm not going to be able to intercept this army as it moves out of into Timbuktu, sorry, so let's try and stop them from moving. They have stopped moving, so let's head down. Yep, we've intercepted them. Good. And up here, we're just going to win this war in Scotland, and then we will call it the end of the episode. So we've won the war in Scotland. Oh good, that buddy gets that place. There's still a rebellion going on. But now, can we offer to join the war? Come on, guys. Ah, whatever. I lied. Let's put down this rebellion. And then, I swear, at that point, we'll end the episode. Get rid of all of these messages, just in preparation. Mayor Ludolf told me about his ideas, so this is a military tax spread rate thing. It's not going to matter, but we spend the money just not to piss off a guy. And battle. Yeah. No chance to survive. Wonderful, now this army can head all the way back up to here. Because we've got a new ruler in the Chilean Sultanate, which is good for us. But that is most definitely the end of the episode. So, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you'd like to... no, I've gotten this wrong again. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you would enjoy seeing more, please subscribe. In the meantime, though, I have been Sub. You have been yourselves. Later.